Cool. So hey guys, welcome everyone to the call. You guys can have other people jump on if you want. The intention of this call is Jerry Cooper wanted me to talk to some of his team members about why we're shifting and why the company is shifting so hard to this nutrition club model. My name is Jerry Graham. I've met most of you. I haven't met everybody, but I'm the Prez team member. I'm the first Prez team member in your upline, and then above me is Mark and Jill Addy, and then above Mark and Jill Addy is Andrew Coltman. But for the lack of a better description, I am your guys' upline Prez team member. So whatever that means. For those of you that don't know, Prez team is kind of the gold medal that people in the company want to get to. They do tend to treat us a little bit like celebrities, and we do get free vacations and travel the world, and the income's pretty sick as well. But I'm not going to get into the story of how that happened. I will get into the story of why it happened. I started in 2005 and quit the business for 4 years and came back at the end of 2009. And when I came back, there were a whole bunch of changes happening inside the company. Our organization invented something called Fit Club. So if you guys have ever been to a Fit Club, that was invented by one of the guys on the call here, and Mark and Jill Addy and a guy named Sean Maher. So Fit Club was a really cool model because we were able to really recruit and attract a lot of athletic, fit, good-looking, fun, excited, motivated, driven people. And Fit Club was a really nice business model. It was a way where we could do Herbalife shakes and Herbalife teas and things like that, but we did it in a fitness environment. So it was just kind of part of the deal, and it made a really cool business plan because it wasn't just work from home, get rich quick, that kind of stuff that feels kind of pyramid schemey, network marketing-y, no one wants to be approached with something like that. So when we created fitness inside of Herbalife, it created this massive wave, and our organization exploded all the way to #1 in North America. So we ended up getting about 25, 26 Prez team members just from that model. But the way business goes, you guys, like anything, like with BlackBerries and iPhones and whatever else, there's always improvements that can be made, and there's always a better system that comes along, and there's always a good system that gets phased out in the process. So Fit Club is still a viable way to build a business. Weight loss challenges, 21-day challenges, online challenges are still viable ways to build a business. But I'm going to talk about why this new business model is sweeping North America. And when I say North America, I mean North America. This thing has not gone global yet. About 2 years ago, I was kind of sitting on my ass in LA collecting checks, kind of starting to feel lazy and not producing and not creating new team members and not in the game. And I just decided I need to get in the game. So I moved to Chicago, surrounded myself with the most successful people that are in North America right now. And I'll tell you what that looks like. Herbalife does a top 10 royalty every single month. It's literally the top 10 people in North America. And the people that are sitting in 1 and 2 are not from the United States. They're doing social media and they're recruiting celebrities is what they're doing. So if you guys have the ability to recruit Kim Kardashian or LeBron James or Ronaldo or anyone like that, then I encourage you to do that. If you don't have that ability, then we're going to have this call and talk about things that you can do to get to the same place that they are without having to do that. Numbers 3 through 14 in the United States right now are all people doing the Nutrition Club model. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 are all people doing the Nutrition Club model. And I'm going to tell you guys, these guys are not Kardashians. They're not, the super popular people with the 1 million followers and the sick Instagram. They're literally just people like me, just regular blue collar dudes that have plugged into a business model. So we're going to talk about this Nutrition Club model, and we're going to talk about why it's taking off right now. But Fit Club is still a good way to build a business. Online challenges, local challenges, still a good way to build the business. Talking to people every day, still a good way to do the business. Just what I've seen with Nutrition Club models, you guys, it's taking over the United States. And before it does that, I want to get my organization in the game right now. Right now in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Michigan, Ohio, Phoenix, and that's about it right now. Right now, those are about the only places where people have latched onto this business model and taken off. December, I was one of the lowest president's team members in the entire Addy organization. Out of the 26, my business had gotten down to where I was one of the lowest of the 26. And this year, we've added 8.5 nutrition clubs. Since December, we have 8 nutrition clubs that are live. Mira and Jay, who are on the call, they just got their club about 3 days ago. So we've got number 9 about to go live. And we got a whole bunch of other people, Jolena, Miriam, Hector, Myra, Susie, myself, Alan, who's on the call here. We've got a whole bunch of other people that are about to open up nutrition clubs. And just those little 8 clubs getting opened has put me in the top royalty growth in the entire Addy organization for 2019. That's with me doing nothing, you guys. That's just with 8 of my team members deciding that they wanted to have a business that was going to grow and pay them money. So they just opened up clubs. Like Mira and Jay just went out and got a club all on their own. They figured it out. And now with that 9th club going on and another 7 or 8 clubs right behind that, I can tell you guys 2019 is going to be probably the best year our organization's ever had. 2014, we did about $6 million in business. And I think we're going to eclipse that. You do $6 million in business with Herbalife, you guys, you're not going to worry about money a whole lot. So I think we're going to do better than that. Here's why the Nutrition Club model works, and here's why we're going to it. The average Starbucks, you guys, is hundreds of thousands of dollars to open. There's franchising rights, leasing rights, things like that. Our average club to open is somewhere between $8,000 and $15,000. Mira and Jay are going to be able to open theirs for about 8. Brandon opened his for 10. Anthony Oladakanku, he opened his for about 13. Most of the clubs that I've seen that are really nice, that even look like a Starbucks, are about $20,000 to open up. So you can get 4 or 5 people together, and that's not a lot of money to get a club open. Mira and Jay are just doing it by themselves. Here's the second thing about a nutrition club. It takes about 600 to 800 people a day to make a Starbucks profitable, okay? In our model, it takes about 60 people a day. You guys, we serve meal replacement shakes, protein bars, energy drinks. We are now serving coffee, hot and cold coffee. I mean, you guys, people can stop going to McDonald's 3 days a week and come to us. They can stop going to Starbucks 3 days a week and go to us. And not only can they get the same thing, except for they can lose 2 or 3 pounds a week coming to us. That's the first thing. We need about 60 to be profitable. Most clubs need about 17 to 24 a day just to break even. And it's 60 a day. If you have 60, like let's use Mira and Jay for example. If Mira and Jay have 60 people a day coming into their club, they'll make about $3,000 or $4,000 a month running that club. Now, I don't know how many of you on the phone have been in Herbalife for, more than 2 or 3 years, but you got to sell a lot of nutrition programs. You got to recruit a lot of people. You got to run a lot of weight loss challenges and things like that to make $4,000 a month. Okay. These guys have to get 60 people a day coming into their club, and they'll make $4,000 a month. And you guys, that's over the counter. That doesn't include any preferred members they get. That doesn't include any distributors that they get. That doesn't include any supervisors that they get. It doesn't include any checks that come in from Herbalife, you guys. That's just $4,000 a day, taking care of about 5 or 6 people an hour. Okay. Most of the clubs that I've been into, just to give you guys some numbers, do somewhere between 100 to 160 to 260 to 300 a day. At 100 people a day, your club will make about $6,500, $7,500 a month. Okay. Now that's a way different number. I don't know how many of you guys make $6,500 a month at your job right now, but not a lot of people make $6,500, $7,500, $8,500 a month at their job. Could you guys imagine having your own club, doing the work to get 100 people a day, and be making $6,500 a month before Herbalife cuts you a check? Okay. Here's the other thing that's brilliant about this business model. Any distributors that come into your business and want to work at the club, they get paid for working at the club. Like right now, you guys are running fit clubs and things like that. You don't get paid for running fit club. 50 people show up, you don't get paid for those 50 people. 50 people come into your nutrition club, and your Bria, who's on the call here, who's going to be working out of Mira and Jay's club, if she's working on Friday and 50 people come in during her shift on Friday, you guys, she's walking out of there with a couple $100. Where in Herbalife are you going to make a couple $100 for an 8-hour shift? Where anywhere are you going to make a couple $100 working? That's $25 an hour, you guys. And she gets all the PMs that walk through the door that are walk-ins, And anyone who signs up as PM that she invited, she gets that. Anyone that gets converted to a distributor or a supervisor, she gets that. We got operators, which are people just working out of clubs, making $1,600, $2,000 a month, just working shifts in the club, you guys. And think about it. At a Starbucks, if I'm making $9.75 an hour at Starbucks, which I'm not, thank God, nothing wrong with Starbucks, and 100 people come in on my shift on Friday, it's the worst day of my life. All those bougie, yuppie dudes that look like me coming in wanting their special double decaf, half cap, half whip, no soy, non-GMO, gluten-free, write my name on the cup with little hearts and kisses. Are you kidding me? That's the worst day of my life. If Bria's working at Mira and Jay's Nutrition Club on Friday and 100 people come in, she's walking out of there with $375 in cash, and she's getting preferred members, and she's getting distributors, and she's growing an Herbalife royalty on the back end. Do you guys see how powerful that is? Okay. Here's the other thing. An optimized club doing about 100 a day, you'll make $6,500, $7,500 a month. Most of the clubs I've gone into are doing 160 or more. I want you guys to think about this. Some of you guys have been in Herbalife a while. What model have you done in Herbalife where you have 160 leads coming into your business a day? It's never happened, you guys. Every one of these people that owns nutrition clubs, they got 100, 160 people a day coming in that, number one, have tried the products, love the products. Number two, they love you. Number three, they're starting to bring people in. You guys, this is a river of Herbalife leads. And worst case scenario, if those 160 people just came in and had a shake, a tea, and an aloe every day for the next 10 years, you make a ton of money. But that's not what happens, you guys. What ends up happening is some of them become preferred members. I went into a club last week where Ken has 215 preferred members just ordering products a month for home. How many of you guys have 215 preferred members underneath you ordering 100 volume points? That's 21,500. He's doing 30,000 volume points a month, you guys. Do you know how good you have to be at social media to do 30,000 volume points a month? So think about that now. You got a river of people coming into your club. You're making 3, 4, 5, 6,000. They're making a ton of money. You guys, they're not going anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. So you guys have to understand why this model is so popular. I'm going to give you some numbers. You can write these down. So there's a millionaire team member right now that has 115 supervisors in their downline. And last month, their organization did about 60,000. Okay? And there's no nutrition clubs there yet. They're coming. There's another millionaire team member who's in Oklahoma who has 49 supervisors, and his organization did 112,000 last month. Write those numbers down and take a look at them. In that model, millionaire team member number one needs almost 300 supervisors to hit Pres team. In the second model, millionaire team member number two needs about 75 distributors, supervisors to hit president's team. Here's the difference. Millionaire team member number one doesn't have nutrition clubs. Millionaire team number two is 24 years old and he has 3 nutrition clubs. He just hit a cut of 7.5 mil team, you guys, with 3 clubs. So I know in the past we used to talk about get a 3-stone pin, get a 5-stone pin, get a 7-stone pin, get a 10-stone pin. I'll tell you guys right now, if you get a really functional club open right now, you'll hit global expansion team from one optimized club. You get 3 to 5 clubs open right now, you will blow through millionaire team with 3 to 5 optimized clubs. And if you have 10 to 12 clubs completed in your organization, so that means Jay and Mira get theirs, Bria works there for a while, then she opens hers. Corey, who's on the call, he works his for a while, and then he gets his going. Mira and Jay hit millionaire team as Bria and Corey hit get team in that model, you guys. Now, they've got to do a shitload of work. They've got to do 30,000 invites. They've got to be going into businesses, inviting them in. They've got to be doing out services. They got to make fantastic shakes. I hate that word fantastic. They got to make amazing tea. They've got to be happy, excited to see people. But I'm telling you guys, 3 optimized clubs in your organization, you'll hit millionaire team. You'll make 8 to 15,000 a month, not including what you make off your own club. And Mira and Jay know that, you guys. They know it. They're 100% positive that's the deal. Okay? I have the highest royalty growth in the Addy org this year. I'm at 30-something%. JJ Mikowski, who's opened 18 clubs in the past year and a half, his royalty growth is 115%. I just got 8 open. He's had 18 open. He's the highest royalty growth in North America. He's about to hit 20K at 29 years old, and he's #1 in North American royalty growth. You guys, we have the most attractive people. I mean, look at my organization, average age 30 years old. Look at you guys. No one's 50 like me. You guys are all super motivated. You guys are all social media guys. You guys are all great at Fit Club. You're great at fitness. You're great at challenges. You're great at posts. You guys, we have the best pool of people. The only problem is we're not running the best business model. We're getting Forrest Gumped right out of this thing, you guys. Everyone makes fun of Forrest Gump. The guy had 3 gold medals, national championship at Alabama, hot wife, cute kid, gazillionaire, invested in Apple, been to the White House 3 times, gold or medal star of honor, like Congressional Medal of Honor. Like, you guys, if that guy can do it, if some of these Prez team members right now that are just killing it can do it, our organization can do that. So that's all I'm doing. We have a 3 to 5 year window. We have a 3 to 5 year window to execute on this business plan. And then we have a guaranteed 5 years after that to collect a lot of money. You guys can sit around and keep trying to make Fit Club the next best thing, but it's not. You guys can keep running online challenges, which are great. You guys can keep working from home and all of that stuff. But I'm just saying, you guys, if we miss this wave, which I'm not going to, the people that have been around me the past year or two and watched me literally turn, rewire myself, reprogram myself, turn the Titanic around. I mean, my organization doubled from December to March just because a few clubs opened, you guys. So I'm just saying, this is the model. If you're brand new to Herbalife, get into a club and start working shifts so you can understand it. If you're a supervisor or a world team member or an active world team member and you've been a year in Herbalife, start writing down where you're going to open your club. And if you've been in the game for 3 or 4 or 5 years, start switching your mindset around. Because I'm telling you guys, we've got 3 to 5 years to open up these clubs. And I mean, it's simple. The town's got to have 6,000 or more people. That's it. It doesn't really work in downtown San Francisco. It doesn't really work in downtown LA like Hollywood. It doesn't really work in downtown Chicago. Most of the clubs, you guys, are about $1,500 a month in rent. At $1,500 a month in rent and $15,000 in build out, you do 24 people a day, you'll break even, you'll break even, and you'll get your money back over a year. And we'll get to all of this, you guys. Every Monday mastery call that we do with the Addy org, we're going to be talking about this stuff. But I'm just telling you guys, this is the model. We have quite a while to execute. And here's what's crazy about it, you guys. This is stable, predictable volume. Okay? There's a person in North America who was doing 110,000 documented volume a month all by themselves. Last month did 12. Right? I have a person that was sponsoring 100 people a month. Last month sponsored 4. You guys, that stuff is so unpredictable. But when you got 100, 120, 130, 140 people a day coming into your club every day, it's predictable, steady volume. Here's the other thing about clubs, you guys. I guarantee you, if you get an optimized club open, you'll qualify for the North American vacation. You'll qualify for that too. Because you're gonna do 10, 12,000 a month yourself. Your club's gonna do 10, 15, 20,000 a month itself if it's done right. And we'll get to how to do it right. This call right now is just to kind of explain to you guys why this wave is coming. There's about 8 people that are ahead of me. Ryan Baker, Tim Hendricks, JJ Mikowski, Amber and Jason, Aramis, Tim Files, Chris Bickerstaff, Dr. Nick Fabrizio, Alex Rollison. That's it, you guys. There's no one else in North America that's ahead of us right now. I've been studying this stuff for 2 years. I have as much information as anybody has. I've been to Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma City. I've been to Tulsa twice, Phoenix. I've been to Canton, Livonia, Wyandotte, Columbus, You guys, I've been everywhere. I've seen every club. I've seen every model. These people have had zero issues over the past 5 or 6 years, while a lot of us have kind of been up and down. I have seen it, you guys. I know the best business models to run. I know where to open these clubs. I know what it takes to get them successful. I've never been so confident that my business is going to explode than I am right now. It's a done deal. So that's all I'm going to cover as far as we can get into all the numbers and all that other stuff. Right now, I just want to the people that are in the game are in the game. There's no stopping them right now. The people that have just opened clubs, there's no stopping them. Mir and Jay, there's no stopping them at this point. They've already gotten past all the hard part. There's watch what happens, you guys. They will hit get 2.5 in 2019. You won't be able to stop them. That's how solid this plan is. But did anyone have any questions before I drop off here? I don't want to go really long on this call. I just want you guys to get excited about this, start jumping on the Friday calls because we're covering club stuff, start getting on the Monday Night Mastery calls because we're covering club stuff. But did anybody have any questions while we're on right now? I've got a few minutes to answer some quick questions. If you guys have anything that you feel is powerful or just needs to be answered, go right ahead.
I got a question. How many people do you feel is necessary to operate a club? Like, first of all, should a club be open all day? And how many people do you think it takes to run a club sufficiently?
Okay, great. So I can tell you, let's use Mir and Jay for an example. Mir and Jay are opening it by themselves with 4 operators. They have Corey, Bria, and 2 others. So they're opening it with a total of 6 people. And, I would guess that knowing how those 2 are, they're planning on working 10, 12 hours a day. That's my guess. That's just how they are. Now that they've got something that they can do, they don't care. I wouldn't, if you were a brand new supervisor all by yourself, you've never run a fit club, never run a challenge. I don't recommend that, but I think a nice group of 4 to 6 people is enough people to do that. I don't want someone just opening their club all by themselves, but put a 6-month plan together. Like right now, I'm planning on Grand Rapids and East Lansing, Michigan. So I've been looking for 4 months. I'm planning on signing a lease in January. I'm planning on opening in March. I'll probably open it with 4 or 5 people. That's it. But they're not that hard. You get 6 people together, all of a sudden a $15,000 build out isn't that much money, Jerry. It's not. And $1,500 a month is not that much money. My guess, knowing how Mir and Jay work and knowing the team members that they already have, I doubt by the time they open their club if they're not going to be very, very profitable on the very first day. I'll be very surprised if they're not profitable on the first day. Justin and Angelo opened their club in Greensboro. Justin's been in England for 6 years, and they're doing 45 a day the very first day. You have to not work to make that happen. And I don't know where you're going to get 45 people a day. You guys aren't running fit clubs 7 days a week with 45 people in them. You guys aren't running a brand new challenge 7 days a week with 45 people in them. I don't know where you're going to get 45 people a day coming into your club, but we can all, if anyone's interested in running a club and you've got 5 or 6 team members, then I'll do calls with you guys and start scouting the areas and where you need to open them and what you need to look for and all of that. But that's getting taught every Monday and Friday on the other calls as well. So, does that answer your question? Yeah, good. Anyone else? Well, that was easy. I couldn't have nailed it.
I'll just add, this was from the other calls too, but stuff we should all be doing daily. The location where our new club is, I have been going to the gym there for a year already. So just build relationships with people. There's a grocery store connected to that gym. There's a comedy club across the street and 1,800 billion different bars where I'm a bartender. So I know most industry people and they do care how they look. So just build relationships because that's how you can benefit from your club, especially when they know you're involved, they will come support you.
Yeah, Jolene has been working on this too. She got fired up. She's got a couple of distributors that she's going to open up Reading with. But in the meantime, she's running a fit club and going into gyms and going into businesses and running challenges and things like that so that when she does open, she's already got a team of people to open it up with. But, this call, you guys, was just to kind of let you know what's coming. I was fortunate enough to be best friends with the guy who invented Fit Club. So I came in at exactly the right time and the hottest model in North America. And all I had to do was what they told me to do. Jerry, do this, do it this long, get this many people until you get to where you want to get to. I didn't have to invent anything. I didn't have to create anything. I literally just got to walk into a rigged business model. You guys, for those of you that are on the call, you're in that position right now. You're in the position to have 3 or 4 clubs open in the next year or 2 and hit millionaire team. And I don't know any other model where that was going to happen for any of you guys. I just don't. So any other questions? Does anybody want to add anything, Jay, or anybody like that?
Yeah, I'll just say don't fall in love with every space you look at. Just be objective and really get other people's point of view. Location is everything. It took us about a year to actually find the spot because downtown Chicago, where we wanted, was too expensive. And it doesn't make sense if you're operating from scarcity or like you're not profitable at a club, especially if you need to be doing 100 shakes a day to be profitable. It doesn't make sense. So just like Jerry said, just keep your profitable like shake count, like how many consumption a day, keep it low, like 40, 50. Because if you do the work, like you guys have probably seen clubs, they only have 15 memberships or consumptions a day, right? And they're struggling. The only difference between that is actually going out and doing the invites, doing the consistent like follow-up invites in those business and services. Like we haven't started, but it's like literally a 30-day blitz from when you're about to open up your club. Invites, and it's not about throwing flyers on cars or like handing them out to people. It's having conversations. Hey, we're about to open up a little shake shop over here. Here's 50% off on your first time in, or have these conversations like Bria said about in the gym. So there might be a perfect space you think, but don't get tied to it. Like don't put all your eggs in one basket. Really look around and just be open to, like, if you really want this, like it's going to take a lot of work, but at the same time, what else are you going to do? Like,
that's good. That's good. And you guys, there's nothing to invent here. We've got all the menus, all the recipes, how to pay out the distributors, what shifts to work, why to work them, where to run fit clubs, where to not run them, what size business, what strip malls you need to be in, which ones you need to stay away from, how to do the build out, the city. You guys, we got it all, man. We got all of it. There's nothing to come up with. So if any of you guys are excited about opening a club in the next 3 to 6 months, number one, make sure you're on the Monday night Addy Mastery calls. Number two, make sure you're in my thread so you're getting all the updates. So make sure you're in my Telegram thread. And the third thing is be on the Friday calls too, because a lot of the Friday calls are going to be shifting how we do the business. And then the last thing, if you guys are serious, like Jolena's seriously about to open a club, so she's been in communication with me and her upline, Mira and Jay, and we've been getting her the resources and answers that she needs. So if you guys are serious about this, like I know Jerry's the one that started this call because he's serious about getting up the marketing plan, you guys have full access to me, and if I don't have the answers, I can get you full access to literally anybody. So that's really the next step for you guys. Just those 3 things, and make sure you're in contact with me so that I can assist you guys making this happen fast so that you don't have any of the learning curves that I just went through the last 2 years. Cool. Coop, we good?
Yeah, man, that was you feel me? That was what we needed. So we'll go ahead and rally together and then get back with you about
we'll get in. You guys don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about how much do I charge for shakes and how much does the operator get, and what kind of bar top do I need? Do I need nice? Don't worry about that stuff, you guys. We got all those answers. Get your team together and start scouting out locations and putting your money together. Start saving whatever you're making from Herbalife, because you're going to need money to open a club. But I'll tell you what, man, these guys, these $8,000 or $10,000 or $12,000 build outs, they pay themselves back in like 3 months. And I don't know where you're going to do that with a Starbucks franchise,
Facts.
So cool. All right, you guys, reach out to your upline. If you can't get a hold of them, reach out to me. Let's get serious about this. We can have a nice wave of people. We can have a nice wave of people changing pins this year in New Orleans, but 2020 could really be our 2020 vision year, you guys. We could have a grip of Get and Mill and a few Prez thrown in there for 2020, but we got to go with this now, okay? So, Jerry, if you could take the recording and put it in the Telegram thread so that other people have access to it. Anyone else, if you need to reach out to me, just feel free to reach out to me. And Get excited, you guys. Get excited. Enjoy the holidays, but get excited about 2019.
Let's get it for sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for being on. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yep,
All right,
yep.
guys.